Alright guys, welcome back. I've been meaning to take you to this place for a really long time now, like, I don't know, 6 months or so. I've come out a handful of times to film. It's always been extremely windy or something going on. I got a mic this time, so hopefully the mic is picking me up better than the wind. But anyways, somebody left the door open the last time they were here. I'm sure you guys have seen this place before. Many people have been here, made videos of it. It's pretty popular, easy to find. But figured I'd show you guys because it's a pretty cool spot. So I figured I'd keep the talking to a minimum. Not really much for me to say. I don't know a bunch of history about this place. I do know that the name of it would lead you to believe that it's somewhere entirely different than it actually is. If you want to figure that out on your own, or if you already know, good for you. Again, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but I don't like to share locations because it helps preserve them, and also it just makes it more fun if you're trying to find it yourself, you know? Obviously, the weather has warmed up, so I'm watching my step. I don't want to encounter any rattlesnakes if I don't have to. I mean, it's kind of hard to pay attention to what I'm filming and where I'm walking at the same time. So there's another building over there, so we'll go check that out. All right, building number 2. Door's closed on this one. I think the last time I was here, the door was open on this one and closed on the main house. Knock, knock. All right. So that's the two buildings. And then we have the mine operation up here. So we'll go check that out next. All right. So as you can tell by the fine material here, this is the processing area. So like I said, I don't know a bunch of information about this mine, but I do know we got a shaft there, uh, another shaft over there, and actually probably half a mile farther that way there's another shaft that I found, and then there's another one up there. We'll go to these two here just because they're close. But right there you see we got a ball mill. Kind of a small one. But then again, this wasn't a very big operation. So the material would get fed into the top, and that thing is tumbling like a big drum. Bunch of steel balls inside of it that are just bouncing around and crush the material down. I've explained that in numerous videos, but in case you didn't know. And then they have, I don't know what kind of stuff they had going on in the workshop here, but then they also had the little leaching or settling ponds, one of the two, over here, you know, with the cyanide and such. I don't know if you can hear that noise. Every time I've come out here in the past few weeks, I've been hearing that, and it's kind of creepy. Like, I want to say it's probably like grasshoppers or something communicating to each other, making the noise, whatever, but it sounds very weird. Doesn't even sound like something a bug or an animal could even make. It kind of makes me think of, you know, the Transformers that has Mark Wahlberg in it, and there's the little like drone thing that flies up into his face and he catches it. Yeah, it's kind of what it sounds like to me. Something like that. But Watching my step here. Trying not to step on nails and other sharp objects, and also watching for snakes. But take you up this tailing pile here. Also, if you ever see one of these, it's basically a giant broom, so they would drag it behind whatever machines, trucks, burros, whatever, on the roads of the mine to smooth it out and keep it from getting rutted up and all rocky and stuff like that. So we got this giant incline that kind of hard to tell on video, but it has since been collapsed and choked off. I'm curious because it looks like it turned into a sinkhole essentially. And you got some concrete there. Maybe there was a foundation of something there. I'm going to assume because there's a chain on here, maybe there was like a pulley or something. Maybe they had a hoist over there. Got some remains of another building that's collapsed over there. And then that guy over there. So let's head over to that thing right now. All right, we're walking up on this thing now. Got a big hoist right here. I don't think they use that on this one because there's a hoist for this one already on it. But I could be wrong. It could be an old one. But likely it's for the other one. This reminds me of some kind of like cheap carnival ride with the little railing and the platform right here. Oh. Let's see if I can get it on video. I don't know if you can tell, but there's water down there. Kind of see the reflection. So I don't know if this was actually a mine or if this was a well. Or a mine that became a well. But either way, well, it's got track. Like they used to slide a bucket up and down it. So it's probably started off as a mine. Because they would drag this thing up and down it. Again with that weird noise. Well, there's one last thing I'm going to show you on the way back down to the main building, and then I think we're going to call it on this location. Alright, so the last thing I'm going to show you before we call it a day on this spot. I'd been here a few times and never knew this was here. And then somebody that I am friends with on Instagram posted the location and then told me about this spot. So, figured I'd pay respects and stop by here. So, thank you, sir, for all your hard work out here many years ago. And hopefully you enjoyed the life you lived. Because I left behind something cool for people like me to see. So, with that being said, catch you guys on the next one.